Hey, loved ones. So today I'm going to talk about marriage. Yeah, some people are going to say, oh, you're not even married. But what do you know about marriage? Well, I heard this lady said last time, a gynecologist doesn't know anything about vagina. I mean, he studied it, but he doesn't have a vagina. That's what she said. But anyway, I felt like sharing this with you all. I know some people advise me not to tell what I'm looking for because there are a lot of counterfeits out there, but I'm not scared because you can't fake the fruit, baby. You cannot fake the fruit. You know them by their fruit, right? So when I think of marriage, by the way, I am making misarwat, lentil stew. I'm gonna post it on samracooks.com. Okay. So yeah, when I think of marriage, I'm gonna tell you what I want. What I want is what I'm trying to be. So it does make sense, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. So I'm looking for a partner that is willing to go through the narrow road. You know, to go to before the apple, before Adam and Eve ate the apple, to go to the innocence. That's why Jesus was here. That's why he was crucified and resurrected, right? To take us back there. So I want a man to walk there with me. Now, you can do it on your own, but it is easier when you find that honest mirror. So what happened before the apple? They were naked, right? So I'm looking for someone to be naked, both my body and spiritually, my soul. You know what I mean? And they got to have Jesus, though. If they don't have Jesus, they use it against you. Oh, you have a lot of body count. Even though he's been with like 40 women. That is hypocritical. Is that a word? But anyway, somebody who's not afraid to go naked with me, both spiritually and body. But you both got to have Jesus, because there's going to be a lot of judgment and resentment if you don't. You're going to be so judgmental. So you got to be really, really into Jesus. And how do you know? How do you know? Is you got to taste the people. Taste the spirit. So how I tasted, I'm going to tell you how I tasted two guys. One was becoming a pastor. He wanted to be a pastor. So how I tasted was by trying to wash their feet. This is gonna be crazy, but I did try to wash their feet. So people cannot fake feeling inferior or superior, right? So when you're trying to go down, wash their feet, they both refused it. And then the next day, the way they treat me changed, right? But I know what's going on. I was just tasting them. You know, who washed feet? Jesus, the King of Kings, right? And I have no problem washing anybody's feet. I don't feel inferior if I do that. In fact, I probably feel a little bit superior. And that's wrong. That's wrong. To feel inferior or superior is wrong. But anyway, don't worry. I have a lot more taste because I already told you this. And the next guy, probably watching this video, might be okay if I try to wash their feet. So, but anyway, that's how I taste, and among other things. And that takes me to a question that was asked a while back. So this woman was asking me, should I marry this guy? He's a Muslim, and then I am a Christian. So what do you think? So I said, I'm just saying, I'm talking all this to tell you guys not to do the missionary relationship. Don't try to change anyone. Just taste them. Don't try to bring anybody to Jesus. Let him do it. Only he can change a person. Only he can do it. You know what I mean? So she said that, should I marry him? He's a Muslim. So I said, if it was me, I'm going to tell you what I would do, because I can't tell her no or yes. She got to decide on her own. So if it was me, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't. I would marry any man who's not going to pray with me to Jesus. I'll be forever single than to marry anybody who doesn't pray to Jesus. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you a story. So you got to have standard. That's all I'm saying. You got to have standard. People would tell me like, oh, I have a marriage and it's been 50, 60 years. And there are some marriages that I say, I don't want that kind of marriage. It doesn't matter how long they've been married, right? So that includes the different religion or belief system, right? I have Muslim friends and I encourage them to marry a Muslim. You know what I mean? So the missionary is really dangerous, and I'm going to tell you why. So I told her that, right? I wouldn't marry anyone that doesn't pray to Jesus with me, because that is number one requirement for me to get married to someone. To go back to the innocence with wisdom, though. Innocence like a dove, and then wisdom like a serpent. So there was this guy. We were friends for a really long time, and he's a Muslim. And something led to another. We've been friends for a really long time. He never tried to convert me, and I never tried to convert him either. So one time he was asking me to be his girlfriend or to be his wife. And I said, no, I can't marry anybody that doesn't believe in Jesus, that can't pray with me. So he said, what if I change? And I said, I don't want to marry you even more now, because I'm going to be his Jesus. Somebody got to want it from their inside. If he did it for me, I am his Jesus. So he's going to require me to be sacrificed for him. I did this for you. Does it make sense, you guys? So you might end up not getting married like me for a long time, but the road is really narrow and not a lot of people walk through it, right? So that's what I tell myself while I'm waiting. So if I wait and I don't find anybody that has what I require, meanwhile, I'm going to be like the guy that I require, right? I'm going to improve myself. But if that doesn't work and I'm still single, then so be it. I'm going to be single and fabulous like Paul, right? So yeah, that is what I require from marriage. And that's what I want to have. One time my ex told me that I am looking for love like the book. The book, you remember the book? ፍቅር እስከ መቃብር. It means love until death. So he said that's kind of hard to find, that kind of love. And I'm looking for that kind of love. And he said he's scared of me because there was too much love. But I said, and he's not a believer, so I don't blame him. But if you know the love above death, the freedom, the resurrection kind of love. Love until death is so easy. I believe in a God that raises the dead. So marriage is not, I don't think it's difficult, to be honest. I've never been married. I've been in relationships, and I don't think it is difficult. So this is my 2 cents. I hope it inspires you in some way, somehow. I wasn't planning on doing a video. It just came to my mind, and I thought I'd just talk to you guys. But stay strong, okay? You're priceless. Don't settle for less, because you're going to end up in misery. You have a choice always. If you choose one, there's a consequence. If you choose another, there's a consequence. So if you wish to be single, there's a consequence. You can't have it all. So if you have to wait, set your standards. This is what I want. And that's what you want. Okay? And if you're not married, it's not a big deal. Not married, single, the same thing. You just gotta have peace. That's it. We don't know when we're gonna die. So this is what I think about marriage. And yeah, I promise to tell you guys about my online dating. I will on the next video. I love you guys. Bye-bye.